Did you know the Arctic can drop to minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit? No sunlight for months. No food. No warmth. Just ice, wind, and silence. Now ask yourself, what kind of creature survives in a place like that? What kind of beast not only survives, but rules it? It's not the biggest, not the fastest. It doesn't roar, it doesn't chase the spotlight, but it's the undisputed king of the Arctic, the polar bear. Today, we're not just talking about survival. We're talking about dominance in the coldest, loneliest place on Earth. Let's dive into the polar bear mentality. Polar bears fear nothing. Not the dark, not the cold, not isolation. They move through deadly environments with complete calm. They don't panic. They don't complain. They adapt. You might not be in the Arctic, but you're surrounded by noise, stress, opinions, expectations. So ask yourself, are you letting your environment control you? Or are you owning it like a polar bear? Fear is a luxury the strong can't afford. A polar bear doesn't hesitate before diving into freezing waters for miles, because it knows what it's going after. It doesn't doubt. It commits. What if you approached your goals like that? No backup plan. No overthinking. Just absolute belief in yourself. You don't need guarantees. You need conviction. And if you don't believe in yourself yet, start by doing the things you say you'll do. That's where belief is born. Nobody puts a polar bear in a cage. It was born free, and it stays free because it fights for it every single day. Freedom isn't gifted. It's earned by the brave. The freedom to speak, the freedom to live on your own terms, the freedom to walk your own path, even when everyone else says you're crazy. The price of freedom is courage. If you're not willing to fight for it, you'll spend your life following someone else's rules. The polar bear may be a solitary beast, but when it comes to what matters, like its cubs, it becomes unstoppable. Nothing threatens what it values and gets away with it. So what in your life is worth protecting? Your dreams? Your peace? Your values? Not all battles are physical. Some are about standing firm when everyone else folds. Find what you're willing to defend and never let go. A polar bear can sleep up to 20 hours a day and still dominate. Because when it moves with purpose. It doesn't waste motion. It doesn't waste time. It strikes when it's ready, and it rarely misses. You don't need to work harder. You need to work smarter. Success doesn't come from chaos. It comes from laser focus, skill, and a deep understanding of what truly matters. Be precise. Be intentional. Be lethal with your energy. The polar bear doesn't chase approval. It doesn't need permission. It just is. Strong, silent, unstoppable. If you've ever felt like an outsider, if you've ever had to walk your path alone, if you've ever been told you're too quiet, too slow, too different, then maybe you were never meant to run with the herd. Maybe you were meant to lead through the storm, just like the polar bear. Be fearless like the polar bear. Move with certainty. Demand your freedom. Defend what you love. Become relentlessly competent. You don't need to roar. You don't need to follow. You just need to rise in silence and let the world feel your presence. If this message spoke to you, comment below what you're fighting for. If you're ready to live on your own terms, like, share, and hit that subscribe button. This isn't just about survival anymore. It's about becoming the apex version of you.